Hey guys, welcome to a new video of me losing my mind at 12:52 a.m. It's not that late. It's just now breaching into the early morning, but I'm already tweaking and not going to sleep tonight, so let's do it. Let's start shooting some videos. Why not? It's a really good time to shoot videos. But being this late, it is a perfect time to talk about Smile 2. I don't I don't even know why I'm talking like this, and I also need water. All right, I'm good. Oh, wow. So, yeah, my girlfriend said I should do a deep dive or a whole full, in-depth thing. Yeah, no, I just don't have the time. See, okay, my recordings are doing all these weird things, so it may sound like I repeat myself, but no, she had a really great idea. I just when I want to do something like a review or a very in-depth review, video essay, whatever, on a certain series or something, I want to take notes to have it all organized. And I felt like a little bit of a fraud doing that with Smile 2 if I would have came in with this very long, drawn out video. But I liked both of the movies. Like I said, they're like, hold on. First of all, what I want to say is Smile 2. I went in with the expectations that it would be mid. I'm so glad. Setting the bar low is just so, it's not even, it has nothing to do with the actors or all the work put in. It's just sometimes you know how a sequel comes out and it just sometimes bombs, it sometimes fire. I don't know. So I didn't really know how they were gonna take it up in the next movie because I was like, yo, the creature in this movie is literally unbeatable. It's like this primordial, just evil cosmic deity, like negative deity, whatever. And it's just like it just seems unbeatable. I don't know what they were gonna do. So I was like, how do you do a sequel? It's essentially going to be the same movie. Now, a lot of their tactics they used within the movie, there were some of the similar ones that they brought over. But oh my goodness, they took it up a notch, dude. It was actually really good. Like I talking about it actually made like like the way the twist came and stuff. Like I seen some of the stuff coming, but it was so solid. It was so solid. Little side note for the gentlemen out there that are gonna surprise their girlfriend with tickets to go see stuff or any surprise. It just don't give any hints, man. Keep it a surprise. She read through me like a book. She knew, but we went to go see it for our little anniversary, and it was awesome. She screamed at one point. I forgot what point she screamed at, holding me the entire time. Pussy. No, I'm just joking. But that it was really solid, and it was sorry, a little cute thing I gotta share. It was so awesome to see her get really passionate about it because she was like, man, it just really makes you think and all this, and I loved it because I shared that same excitement, um, just with the way they took it up a notch in this movie. And dude, I don't even know what to say, but I think the first thing to say right off the bat is if you haven't seen it and you like the first movie, or even if you would have to kind of watch the first movie to know what's going on, but also not because there's a guy within the movie that explains it. But I'm gonna say right now, gonna be a little bit of spoilers, and I'm just gonna give y'all a little short rundown of how the things I thought were cool, the things that actually spooked me, and the actual like jump scares I jumped at, and just everything else that they built up. Because honestly, it was solid. It was solid to me, really solid. So I'm gonna drop some little timestamps down below, just kind of like intro and spoiler warning. That's gonna be this. So you have been warned. Spoilers. I'm gonna talk about just the movie in general, but there's gonna be spoilers. So spoiler warning. You've been warned. You've been warned. You warned. I'm literally driving myself crazy. Oh, I'm going crazy. I'm going crazy. I reshot this so many times now, dude. This is just going to be the last take, and I'm gonna do my best. I'm sorry. This is not the proper energy I wanted to be bringing to the table with Smile 2. It's fire, guys. It's fire. I really don't know what to say in a short form video about it other than like the jump scares took me out, and honestly you gotta see it for yourself. The jump scares like didn't get me at times, and you can ask my girl. I was laughing at certain points because just some of the moments were very comedic to me, but it was solid. The only jump scare that really got me was when she was laying in the bed with her best friend Gemma. So the main character is Sky Riley. She's the pop star, and her best friend is Gemma. And when she, you know, turned to her, of course, and was smiling and everything, and then her eyes just lit up white and her mouth opened white, that took me out. That took me out. I can't remember what part that my girl screamed at, but she screamed, holding on to me the whole entire time. Like I said, pussy. But no, but it was a really solid, like, they definitely, that was the way to do a sequel. They took it up a notch from the last one. And you know, as my love said, that like the third movie, if they were to make a third movie, they did open it pretty well. Like I'm looking at the cast list, and right here it says Business Insider said Smile 2 had a brutal ending that blows the horror franchise's potential future wide open. What I'm kind of hoping to is they find a way to like seal or beat the creature. Not gonna lie, I really do kind of want to see that ending, but that's just me kind of liking like the final huzzah or ending, this kind of good ending. But with how it ends, I don't know how they would possibly be able to beat it now. That it like, I'm telling y'all, the end is that crazy. Like compared to the first movie in this, it was like just up a notch. Like it was like, oh, this is the introduction to this sort of movie and everything. Okay, whoa, that's creepy. Whoa. Then it was, oh, okay, they took this idea and just did the formula that I say most indie game developers and game developers should do when it comes to sequels with games. Just improve on what you have and then add an experiment with certain things, but don't break what's not broken. And just, you know, like keep cooking up. Like, you know, if it's not broke, don't fix it. You know, and sometimes, and I think that formula does work all the time, but you know, two things could be true. Sometimes it may not work if I don't know. But to me, I feel like if somebody really, if you have a solid product, like, you know, don't alter it too much, or at least keep the original, build on top of it, but you can always have that original formula to go to. They took that original formula and went to the sky with it. So like the third movie, we said to each other that it's either going to be, they're going to explain where the entity came from, who was the first sorry sucker to get infected with it, and or they're going to expand upon like how it spread throughout the world, because I don't know if this shit can multiply. If it can multiply, everyone is screwed pretty much. But what I like though, yeah, I like how they went up. They ramped up. I gotta give them credit. And one thing that is just, I don't want to reveal too much for people who haven't seen it, so that's why I'm like, you know what, just go see it. But it's amazing how she was such an unfortunate pick for this creature. Like y'all gotta understand, this entity knew what it was doing, and it's like some cosmic ancient like evil. But like the dude explains it, Morris, who explains it to her when she meets him, is essentially like, it's like this parasitic entity or whatever, that it's like an archon, honestly, to me, but like an archon that actually, you know, is active, you know, gets active. But it picked her and it knew exactly what it was doing. That's all I'm gonna say. It knew exactly what it was doing, what it was getting into. And yeah, man, I don't have any more to say. I think all the actors were done very well. I think her mom was like, I think her best friend was her best friend. They set you up in the movie so much with her best friend. I like the twist where her best friend blew my mind, because yeah, there's the big twist at the end and the different twist, but no, all the mini twists leading up to that to keep you guessing of what's real and what's not, and what's actually her bugging and what's not, because she's also like, you know, some of the characters that she's around in the movie think she's relapsing because she went through this horrible traumatic event. It was just done way too well. And even how her best, or not her best friend, but her friend from high school, where she had to get the, the stronger painkillers from because they wouldn't prescribe them to her because of her history with drug abuse. They um how they even strung that together, where she really couldn't tell anyone about him, how like he just died in his apartment because she's a pop star, so her name couldn't be connected to what just happened with her friend. So it was just unfortunate timing after unfortunate timing after unfortunate timing and I was like, wow. I was just like, the way they did this, beautiful. It was sick. It was absolutely dope. It was really, really dope. And even how, like, man, it was really out to make her seem like she was just losing her mind, man, her mind. And man, I want to talk about some points of the movie that I really enjoyed, but I'm like, you guys just need to see it for yourself. One point I really, really did like was the teleprompter thing, where she had to give an opening night speech, but this thing has already been tormenting her for like 3 days. And when she's reading the teleprompter, it just stopped at one point. And then she was spitting some real stuff. Like, she was spitting about the effects of fame and everything, and how it feels to be like all eyes on you, and like, she was saying some real stuff. But then she started just going downhill, and then the teleprompter, when she actually started tweaking, the teleprompter came back, and you're like, oh, okay, so she's hallucinating that. It's like, obviously the creature's influence on her mind. But then when it got to the point where it talked about her dead boyfriend on it, and she said, I'd like to give it up for Paul Hudson, everyone was like, what the and she was like, yo, and I was like, yo. And then the twist after that, bro, it was like back to back as the movie got progressively, and that's also what I like. The entity begins to mess with you more and more as the days progress, or how much it wants to mess with you. So like, as the movie progressed, it just got crazier with the twist, back and forth and back and forth. And whoo, dude. And one thing I'm glad about with a lot of the twists, I can't say it because I don't want to reveal the big thing, but oh, if some of that stuff she went through was actually real, that would have been an L. That would have sucked. That would have sucked heavily. Like, there's some scenes that she was made out to look like crazy, that if it was actually going on like that, that was just unfortunate. It would have been unfortunate. But the stuff with her best friend by far was the scariest stuff to me in the movie, dude. Like, and one thing that I actually caught on to that I realized after the movie that I didn't catch on till now, is when it went from the scene where her best friend, like, they were laying on the bed and it was morning, and I think the alarm went off, and she was like, oh, my mom's gonna kill me, I gotta get to rehearsals and everything. It went instantly from like morning to like, it was a weird transition that made me go, hang on, why did it just happen like that? Because it happened like oddly. It wasn't like she woke up and it was the morning and her friend came in with tea and was like, oh, I made tea, blah blah blah, because that's how her friend came in. No, it transitioned weird into morning that made me go, hang on, is she like witnessing illusions right now? And I was like, and I kept it in the back of my mind, but I didn't follow it. But I'm glad I had that thought, because the movie gets way more insane after that point. And I just want to say, first of all, that this was a hella step up from the first movie, dude. Bro, I'm so glad I went in with low expectations, because it like blew it out the water, dude, with the jump scares, the twists, the scenes, the fact that she was a pop star, and how that would benefit that entity if it infects people by literally, like, people witnessing the death of somebody that's infected with it. I was like, bro. But I don't know how this is gonna turn into like a Smile 3, and honestly, I'm gonna keep the expectations even lower for Smile 3, and it's not because of the talent or the writers or anything like that. It's just with sequels and sequels and sequels. I'm like, okay, if I just keep it low, well, then the bar is pretty easy to beat anyways. But I'm hoping they find a way to beat the creature. I was yeah, I was hopeful for it at the end of this movie, but honestly, how it's looking now is there's legit no way. But what they did is, with Morris, with the introduction of Morris studying the creature and saying like he he has an idea that could be crazy, that could work, which is the whole idea. He had the idea to like, if I stop your heart and you're like clinically dead and then I resurrect you, sort of thing, like the brain survives. He was like he was something like a something in the medical field that he was like, we could pull this off. If that was their teasing at a way to actually beat or maybe seal this monster, okay, and I can't even call it a monster. It's like a primordial evil deity archon. But if that was a tease at potentially a way to stop it, that would be cool to me for a third movie if they do it right to how they stop it. I mean, there should be a bunch of bloodshed before that happens, but it would be cool to see a like a solid huzzah, or maybe that evil ending twist where it's like, did we really get rid of it kind of reveal. But at the end of the day, I want to see someone beat it, because there's at points where the movie where she's like, you're in my mind, like you're like I'm in control, and I think that happened in the first movie. She did the same thing where she kind of took over her mind or regained her consciousness. But it makes it seem like in this movie, or no, in both movies, it makes it seem like this entity, no matter if you control your consciousness or not, you're cooked. Like, you're cooked. It trumps you. It trumps you. It's like Morpheus, like not actual Morpheus in the Matrix, but the actual god Morpheus, like the god of like illusions or dreams. I think that's what it is in Greek mythology. But essentially it's that, like, this shit has you caught. Like, you're caught day one you get infected. Like, it doesn't matter if you have a strong mind or not, which maybe it does. Maybe if you do have a strong mind, it prolongs it. I don't know, but there's some things that they could expand upon in the next movie that would be cool to understand. Like maybe someone with a stronger willpower or something. I don't know, but I would love to see that for a next movie. Like, either they take it on head on, they figure out some way to deal with it, or the origin of where it came from. But I kind of personally feel, unless that shit is epic, but I would have to test that by going and seeing the movie, is I don't really want to go and watch where it came from. I wouldn't really care unless if the third movie set up where it came from, then like if there was a fourth installment, don't know if it's going to go that far. I'm going far now, but then the fourth installment was somebody knows how to beat it, or somebody that was studying it knows how to beat it. But also with the introduction of Morris, there may actually be a way to beat it. So I don't know. Movie is solid, super good. Like I said, girlfriend screamed. It was sick. It was awesome. The theater was funny because there were some moments that you just laughed at, and it was funny, the theater we were in, to just hear everyone kind of share the same sentiment. So it was awesome. It was a really great experience, a really great night. I had to pinky promise her that I can't smile at her for any reason after this movie. So now I can't troll her, but I really wanted to. And other than that, I think it was a really solid movie. I hope my little short review, well, not review, but my impression, or the impression it had on me, was good. I hope you guys enjoyed. Yeah, it's 1:35 a.m. when oh man, I'm done. It was sick though. The twists, the mirror work, the camera angles, the way they set up certain scenes, the way they like subverted your expectations. I don't know, like made you kind of go like question what the hell is actually happening, or why. Oh my gosh, man, it was solid. It was solid. And like the things that the questions that it made you ask if you decided to go that deep, because my girl was so passionate about it. She was after the movie talking about like the psychological and the things it made you. It was so cute to see her do that, because yeah, it makes you ask a lot of questions about this thing, because honestly, a lot that is known about it is still very, very vague. But I have my theories, but I'm not going to get into it in this video. But maybe if I'm interested one day to expand upon it, I do think Smile is one of those really, really cool horrors that genuinely gave me a jump scare, because usually when I watch horror movies, they don't scare me. But this actually this actually caught me. Like they got me. One of the jump scares actually got me, because I knew, like, I expected it. I knew it was coming and everything. And it still got me, because I think what what I was creating in my head, usually I'd be thinking is scarier than what they can pull off. But no, this specific jump scare, just, it took me out. I don't know. It was, I don't know. It's like they offset some of the timing of the jump scares, which like it was like it literally messed with the synchronicity that your brain was trying to come up with. Like, oh, it's coming here. It's coming here. It's coming here. Nope. Oh, it got me like that. Like, it was like, and then as soon as you go, forget about it, jump scare. Like they did me. I got done dirty, and it was awesome. And that was definitely a worth it watch. And I feel like if horror movie people, if you're a horror movie person, definitely this is one to go see. So without further ado, I'm gonna end the video because I'm super tired, but I'm not going to sleep. So peace out. Much love and Moonlight. Hope you guys enjoyed.